and welcome back to another video. So today I'm back here for another speed build, and today we're going to go ahead and create this one called Willowcroft Cottage. So if you'd like to go ahead and download this for yourself, it is up on the gallery now. My origin ID is RealThomasTV1, and there should also be a download link in the description if you prefer to kind of find gallery items that way. You can go ahead and check out that. Now I'm not promising it because sometimes I do forget to kind of get the link and put it in the description, but if it's not there, then my origin ID, like I said, is RealThomasTV1. So this home, as you can see, is very, very small. I think this is a 20 by 15 lot, so it's kind of a little bit out of the ordinary for me at the minute, since I do two 50 by 50s or 64 by 64s a week. So you don't really see a whole lot of smaller builds from me these days, but sometimes if I do a smaller build, I do get a few people asking to see some more, and even just something to kind of make things a little bit easier on me, but also as well, since I don't do these too often, it is sometimes nice, because with my mansion builds especially, well, to begin with, I don't do clutter that often in builds. I like kind of things looking more simple, where it's kind of just for your Sims to move in, and then they personalise it how they want. I kind of just keep things very, not really basic, but just keep things more simple in terms of decoration. Well, when it comes to these smaller homes, since I'm not going to be, if I did like all clutter and mansion builds, I'd be here for like, a good 24 hours. But with these smaller homes, it's kind of not a big workload when it comes to doing clutter like that, because like I said, I don't really do clutter that often, but it is sometimes nice to kind of play with clutter and stuff, so this is kind of my opportunity to do that, so that's what we're doing here today. Now, I actually built this on the 5th of September, which is just about nearly a month ago, from when this goes up. So, it's been a long time. And the last couple of builds that went up, which was Braxton House, Elmhurst Avenue, and I do have one more coming up as well. Those were all recorded within the same time frame, because I was kind of going through this little thing at the beginning of September where I just could not stop building for some reason, and I built so many homes, and here we are with another one. So if you want to see some more smaller builds, or if you don't, that's totally fine, let me know, because I get with the mansion builds, it's my most popular one out of the 4 I do a week, so it's just, what I tend to put most effort in, I suppose, or most time into, so you don't really see a whole lot of these, but if you want to see some more, then just let me know, that'd be fine. And yeah, so, the other thing as well is that, if you do prefer the bigger homes, then you get one every Friday and Sunday, and this, I think, is going up on a Saturday, so you've had one yesterday, and you're going to have one tomorrow as well, so if you don't really, like small homes like this one, then not to worry. So, since it's on a 20 by 15 lot, I couldn't really fit a backyard area in, as you can see, because it is a very, very small home. But that did mean that I focused a little bit more on the interior, so there's lots of kind of things to do, I suppose. So we've got a big kitchen area and dining table, and then we've got a living room, sorry, I don't know why, there's a living room, which has a fireplace and a TV, so it's actually quite a bit of space in here too, because, you've got at least 4 seats in the living room. There is 2 bar stools, I think, and there's about 6 or 5 dining table chairs, and then in addition to the bed, there's another 2 chairs in the bedroom as well, so there's so many seats. So even if you have a small home like this and you want to do kind of parties and events like that for your Sims, then it shouldn't really be much of a big problem actually. So we're just working on the exterior, as you can see. Now you can see that I'm kind of fiddling around with things here. Now in a normal speed build, you don't really see me do this because I just cut it out because I don't have the time to mess around. That sounds really stupid to say, but with the mansion builds, even though they don't really take that long to begin with, the speed build just kind of count up quickly, it goes up quickly, the time just flies really when it comes to editing. So I don't really like to get things over the 17-minute mark, was kind of my maximum. So with this, it was kind of great because it only took me about half an hour to do this whole home. So it meant that, well, I could cut the boring bits out like I normally would, but it would meant that the speed build would be about 5 minutes. So I was like, you know what, let's just leave everything in, so you see the full footage from start to finish without one jump cut, which is completely different from my mansion build. So I suppose this is also a really good bonus to these smaller builds as well, is that you get to see some other things that you may not see in a regular mansion build, so I suppose that's good for that reason too. And yeah, so in terms of what packs I used, I'm not too sure really, but I did go with a base game side in there, as you can see, which was the green colour swatch. Now, it is a little bit of an odd thing, green siding. It doesn't really sound right, but I've actually used it quite a few times in the past, both on family homes, smaller homes, and I also did did my base game mansion build, not the one that went up a few weeks ago, it was back in, I think it was April the 1st, I uploaded this one on, the original base game mansion, that also featured that green siding, I think, because I started using it a little while ago, because it's something like a little bit different, I think. It's something that I wouldn't normally choose myself, so I started using it, and it's actually a really nice colour swatch, and it pairs quite nicely with a lot of stuff I have in games, so I do go ahead and use that sometimes to switch things up. And as you can see now, we're now working on the interior, and you can see that we're going for this, well, tiny kitchen, because like I said, it is on a 20 by 15 lot, but it does have everything you need in it, which is great. And yeah, so also as well, everybody is home as I'm doing this voiceover, but if you watched yesterday's video, which is, well, I'm hoping it went up yesterday, the Brindleton Bay Dream Mansion, that's going up in like 28 minutes for me doing this voiceover, so hopefully it's up. But if you watched that, I was very, very quiet in the voiceover because everybody was home as I was doing the voiceover, because I didn't have a chance to get it done anytime else, so I had to do it when everybody's home, which I do not like to do because I feel like everybody's listening in. But at the minute, everybody else is having dinner because I actually had mine earlier today. So I've kind of got a chance now where everybody's eating to get this voiceover done. So I'm glad this isn't a mansion build because I may not be able to get the full voiceover done. But since this is a smaller build, it kind of worked out well actually with time in there, because I should be able to get this voiceover done before they're finished, which hopefully that happens. Anyway, so we just worked on a little dining table area there, as you saw. I mean, of course, I couldn't kind of fit a separate dining room since it is a very small lot, but it does have a good number of seats, probably a little bit too many than what you actually need for a 2-person maximum home. But you know what, like I said, it's not like you're just only going to be 2 people in here forever. You know, you might have people coming over and stuff, so like I said earlier at the beginning about dinner parties and stuff like that, that also may be good for that reason, so it's also good if you like that sort of things to do. And we're just working on a little sort of, well, just like a living room area with a fireplace. Still a good decent size, I would actually say, with how I managed to get everything in. With starter homes, I do make them this size as well, but what I do with starter homes is that I try to make the space like as small as absolutely possible, because then I have more money to like work with and stuff. But of course, this isn't a starter home, but it's a similar kind of style and like shape and size and stuff. So I kind of use a little bit of what I would do for that in this home too. And we're now working on the just the bedroom area, and like I said, it does also have its own sort of like seating area, I would say, and it also has the ensuite as well, which is, it's got one bathroom in here, but there wasn't really anywhere I could put the door to the bathroom without having to take space out of the kitchen, so I just kind of put it in here, because, you know, it's not like you're going to have other people in the house walking through this bedroom to get to the bathroom, you know, so it kind of just worked out okay. I mean, not ideal, but the Sims don't really care about that, so I suppose it's okay. And yes, so as you can see, I'm just doing a little bit of clutter here. Like I said, I don't tend to do this a lot when it comes to mansion builds. If I do, I kind of keep it minimal. Not only because I would be there all day if it was a mansion build and doing that, but it's just my personal style of building. And also when I'm playing houses, I normally take out all the decorations, which sounds really kind of odd, that why would you want to play in a house which has no decorations? But it's sometimes what happens is when you have the walls on the cutaway mode, I can see like the back of paintings, and like if things on shelves, like sometimes items are floating and it looks odd. So what I normally do is, if I play for myself, which to begin with I don't really do that often, I do normally take out a lot of the clutter and decorations and paintings and stuff. The Sims don't really care about that, to be honest. I know they get a mood lit for like well decorated stuff, but still sometimes gets that. But it just makes it a lot more easier to navigate. So I think from that is why I don't do clutter that often in my builds. And yeah, so we're just kind of finishing off this room here, which is the last one in this build. I really hope you enjoyed. In the comment section down below, let me know about what you thought of this build. If you have any more suggestions for mansion builds, or just builds in general like this that you want to see next, then please let me know, as that'd be really helpful to hear. Leave a like, share and subscribe if you haven't, and you can go ahead and download this from the gallery. My origin ID is RealThomasTV1, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!